Good morning, all of you. Today we are going to start our maths class, and now we are going to start the first chapter, that is number system. And you already studied few numbers, types of numbers. Means in your early stages you studied about natural numbers, or that time you didn't call about natural numbers, you studied counting numbers. The numbers which we are using for counting is calling counting numbers. After that you studied negative numbers. After that you studied fractions. So many types of numbers you studied. And now this year in 9th standard you are going to study some type of numbers other than which you studied already. So we can discuss about the numbers, the number system, entire number system. That means the real numbers we are going to study. See one line. Both sides it's going, means infinitely it's going. And we can mark the number 0 in the middle of that middle of the line. So the number 0 we are marking here. After that to the right side we are marking 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, etc. Up to infinity. It will not end, it's continuously going. Up to infinity it's going. Then the left side of 0 we are marking -1, -2, -3, -4, etc. Now we will call this line as number line. A real line. Real, the word real. Real line. Means we mark the numbers on the number line. That's why we are calling it as a number line, or it's a real line. And you know, the numbers starting from 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. are used for counting. So we will call it as counting numbers, or we will call it as natural numbers. They are called natural numbers. And we will use the letter, capital letter N, for representing the natural numbers. And 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. up to infinity we are calling it as natural numbers. And we inserted 0, means we included. Consider a bag. This is a big bag. In this bag I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Those type of numbers I inserted in the bag. So I got a bag with the infinite numbers. And they are called, it's a natural number bag. I'm including 0 also in this number. Means counting numbers plus one more number added, that is 0. What is 0? 0 is a number representing nothing. We need a digit to represent, to say nothing. Now I don't have any money. So I will say I have 0 money with me now. So 0 also inserted in that number. We put that 0 also in the bag. Now the bag expanded. Means infinite numbers are there already, plus one more number. So again infinite numbers. We got another set of numbers. We will call it as all numbers. And we will use the letter W for representing all numbers. These letters are important for you, means in your higher classes you will use these letters to represent the collection of numbers. Then we are inserting negatives of the natural numbers. Natural numbers are going from after 0, means 0's right side it's going 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. The same thing with negative. -1. What it means 1? 1 means, see, suppose I have 1 pen, or I have 1 apple. I have 3 apples. I have 4 apples. Means for saying something is with us, or something counting, we are using the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Means it is with us. I don't have 2 apples. How will I represent? I have -2 apples. I don't have 3 pens. How will I represent? I have -3 pens. So to represent less, we need a digit. That's why these whole numbers came. So minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, etc. up to infinity. So I added in the back minus 1, minus 2, minus 100, minus 150, up to infinity. Negative numbers up to infinity I added. Now the bag again expanded. Infinite numbers are there in the bag. See, you are feeling that density of the numbers. See, means the uncountable numbers actually. Countable it is, but infinitely numbers are there. Not uncountable, countable it is. Means 1, 2, 3, we can count it. And to the left side also, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. So the numbers, natural numbers or integers are countable, but they are infinite numbers are there. So big collection of numbers are there. Big collection. All numbers represented by the letter W. And we added some more numbers, they are calling integers. And we are using the letter Z, or we will use I for integers. Normally we are using the letter Z for integers. The word Zahlen means count. That's why it's negatives. That's why it's coming Z for representing integers. So we got a big bag with natural numbers are there. Plus 0 added we got whole numbers. Plus negative numbers added we got integers. A big collection are there. Okay. See the number line once more. Number line. Very important. Whenever you want to draw a number line, you have to think the line with the numbers. We are calling it as number line. That much only. Then see. Then we studied in 4th standard, 5th standard about fractions. What are fractions? See one apple. I divided this apple into 2 pieces. I got only 1 piece out of 2. So to represent that situation, we need a number. Natural numbers we can't use because I didn't get a full apple. I got only 2 out of 2, 1 piece only. So I got half apple only. So we will represent by using a new type of numbers. They are fractions. You studied more about fractions. How fractions came. Why we need a fraction. Why we need a fraction? We need to represent part of a whole. We are not getting full. We are not getting a full chocolate. We are not getting full cake. We need to divide it and portions we are distributing. So parts we are distributing. That's why we are getting fractions. Means those situations, to represent those situations we need a number. So we found the fractions. We are using fractions for representing those situations. Then, so fractions also inserted. Here one fraction 5 by 2. One fraction in between 1 and 2. 4 by 2 is not 5 by 2, 3 by 2. 3 by 2. 2 by 2 is 1. So 3 by 2 is more than 1. So, and 4 by 2 is 2. Once more. 2 by 2 is equal to 1. 4 by 2 is equal to 2. And our number 3 by 2 lies between 2 by 2 and 4 by 2. So in between 1 and 2, one number is coming 3 by 2. Or in decimal form, the same fraction numbers we are representing in decimal form also. That is 1.5. So 3 by 2 we inserted. Like that few fractions we are inserting in the bag. 1 by 2, 3 by 2, 7 by 5. So many fractions, infinite number of fractions we are inserting. Those type of numbers we will call it as rational numbers. Represented by the letter Q, Q for quotient. So these many collection of numbers you already studied. Once more, you know what is natural numbers. You know what is natural numbers? Natural numbers are counting numbers. And we inserted 0. So we got whole numbers. Then we inserted in negative numbers. Before 0 means left side of 0. We got what we got? We got integers. And we inserted in between each integers, we inserted fractions. So we got rational number collection. Natural number become whole number. Are all natural numbers are whole numbers? Yes. Natural numbers, all we can call it as whole numbers. See one example, 5. 5 is a natural number. Plus 5 is a whole number. 7. 7 is a natural number. Plus 7 is a whole number. Are all whole numbers are integers? Yes. Whole numbers are integers. Are all integers are whole numbers? No, because minus 3 we took is an integer. Is it a whole number? Not a whole number. Are all integers are rational number? Yes, because see 5. 5 is a integer. Is it a rational number? It's a rational number. These all numbers which I told now they are calling rational numbers. And we have a definition for rational numbers. I think you are thinking about the numbers expansion. Natural number, whole number, integer. See this expanding. And in between we inserted rational numbers or fractions. All together we are calling it as rational numbers. Got it? And we have a definition for rational number. We need to check whether it is a rational number or not. So we need a definition. See, the number is in the form P by Q. What is P? P is any number, any integer. What is Q? Q is another integer. So a integer by integer. So instead of writing integer by integer, we used instead of one integer P, instead of another integer Q. So we can write it as P by Q. So the numbers can be written in the form P by Q. What is P by Q? A integer by integer, P by Q. This type of numbers we are calling it as rational numbers. Tell me, what are rational numbers? The numbers can be written in the form P by Q. What is P? P is any integer. Q is another integer, or the same integer also, no problem. Integer by integer form. We are calling it as a rational number. See, one fraction form is coming, no? What will happen if Q is equal to 0? We told Q can be any integer. What will come if Q equal to 0? Then suppose P is equal to 5 and Q is equal to 0. We need to write the integer as the rational number as 5 by 0. Is it exist? Do we study division by 0? Do we study division by 0? No, we didn't study division by 0. So Q can't be 0. It can be any other number, any other integer, 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. up to infinity. Infinite numbers are the minus 1, minus 2, etc. up to infinity. Infinite numbers are the. So Q can be any integer other than 0. What will be the problem if Q is equal to 0? When Q is equal to 0, we will get like the situation. This situation is not possible because we didn't study how to do division by 0. It's not defined till now. Division by 0 is not defined. So we don't know how to do it. So this is not exist. So we need to write rational numbers definition. Any number can be written in the form P by Q, where P and Q are any integers, but Q not equal to 0. So this is the definition for rational numbers. Got it? Need to do one more time? No need, you got it already. You know natural numbers. You means every time whenever you are thinking about numbers, you should see the number line. In the number line, you are marking 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And you inserted 0, left side of 1. You are getting whole numbers. And you inserted minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, etc. You are getting integers, collection of numbers, collection of integers. And in between the numbers, you are inserting fractions. So we are getting rational numbers. Together, all together we will call it as rational number. One doubt you are getting, no? Is 7 is a rational number? 7. Is it a rational number? What rational numbers definition says? Any number can be written in the form P by Q. Can we write 7 as P by Q form? Of course we can write. 7 is equal to 7 by 1. The 7 is an integer, 1 is an integer. So we got integer by integer form. What about minus 200? Is it a rational number? Can we written in the form P by Q? Yes, we can write minus 200 divided by 1 is possible. So, minus 200 by 1 is minus 200 itself. So, we can write P by Q form. So, this is also a rational number. So, can we write, what about 0 then? Is it a rational number? Can you write 0 as in the form P by Q? Yes. 0 we can write 0 by 1. Or we can write 0 by 2. Or we can write 0 by 5. Any number is possible because 0 by anything. 0 divided by any number will come 0. So, 0 is a rational number. So, the numbers which we now in the back, we put natural numbers, 0, whole numbers, integers, fractions, all together. This big collection we are calling it as rational numbers. Rational numbers. Okay, got it, the line, the number line with the full rational numbers. Then see, in between 0 and 1. I can write 1 by 2 is in between 0 and 1. 7 by 8 is in between 0 and 1. 7 by 8 is in between 0 and 1. 0 is here, 1 is here. So, in between 0 and 1, 7 by 8 is there, 8 by 9 is there, 10 by 11 is there, 12 by 15 is there, 191 by 200 is there. Infinite numbers will be there in between 0 and 1. Is it correct? That means 1 means full. 191 by 191 you will get 1. This is 191 out of 200 only. We are not getting full. 200 out of 200, 200 is getting, then only we are getting 1. So it's less than 200. So these all numbers, not only this much, infinite collection of numbers we are getting in between 0 and 1. The same thing will be in between 1 and 2 also. Infinite numbers will be there in between 1 and 2. Which are the numbers in between 1 and 2? Few numbers only we can write. 1 and 2. In between some numbers. 7 by 6. It is in between 1 and 2. 9 by 8. 31 by 16. 16 by 31 lies between 0 and 1. So 31 by 16. See, 32 by 16 is 2. So I wrote 31 by 16 less than 2. 16 by 16 is 1. So in between 16 by 16 and 32 by 16, these all numbers lies between 1 and 2. Correct, no? Okay. So like this we can insert infinite numbers between 1 and 2. Got it? And the same way we can insert infinite numbers between 2 and 3. Infinite numbers. I will show you. 3 and 4. 3 by 9 by 3 is 3. 12 by 3 is 4. In between 9 by 3 and 12 by 3, how many numbers are there? 10 by 3 is there. 11 by 3 is there. Got it? If I write 30 by 10, 30 by 10 we are getting 3. 40 by 10 we are getting 4. How many numbers in between? 31 by 10, 32 by 10, 33 by 10, 34 by 10, up to 39 by 10 lies between 3 and 4. If I am writing 300 by 100, 300 by 100 is 3. 400 by 100 is 4. 3 is 300 by 100. 4 is 400 by 100. So I can write 301 by 100. That is above 3 and below 4. 302 by 100. 303 by 100. 304 by 100. Like this I can insert 399 by 100. See, numbers, more numbers we can insert, no? If we increase like this, 3000 by 1000, 4000 by 1000, then you are getting 3001 by 1000, 3002 by 1000. Like this many, 3001 by 1000 to 3999 by 100. Some collection of numbers we are getting. If we are making as big, means like this we are expanding the number size, large numbers we are taking, we will get infinite numbers between 3 and 4. Now you think about rational numbers. What are rational number collection? And like this, how to insert the numbers in between 0 and the 2 in natural numbers or 2 integers we will discuss today itself. So, now you think about rational numbers and think like this. In between 0 and 1 there will be infinite numbers. Very thick package. High density it is. That many numbers are there in between any two integers. Altogether we are calling as rational numbers. Then we can do some problem. In our textbook, first question, first exercise. Is 0 a rational number? We already discussed 0 is a rational number because we can write 0 as 0 by any integer. So 0 is a rational number. Find 6 rational numbers between 3 and 4. See, we were discussing that one. In between 3 and 4, how many rational numbers we can insert, or not only how many, they asked us to insert 6 rational numbers. So all of you take your notebook and write rational number system, chapter name, number system. After that, natural numbers with the capital letter N, all numbers W, integers Z or I, and last rational numbers Q. These are few collection of numbers only we discussed in the set of real. Real numbers means again some more type of numbers are there. Till now we discussed what are rational numbers. These all we can call it as rational number. And below you write the definition of rational numbers from your textbook. You just note it down now roughly. Rational numbers are the numbers which can be written in the form P by Q where Q not equal to 0 and P and Q are integers. Very important, this Q not equal to 0. If we simply write P by Q form numbers are calling rational numbers and P and Q can be any integers, that definition will not be correct, because if somebody used Q as 0, we will get a division by 0. That's not defined. So, compulsory you have to write Q cannot be 0. Very important point. Q can't be 0. Other all integers it can be. Q can be other all integers. Okay, then we can do some problems. Means how we can insert rational numbers, means pakka rational number P by Q form in between two numbers. Okay, so the question which we discussed, or another question we can write. In between 5 and 7. In between 5 and 7. We need to insert some numbers in between 5 and 7. Can we start? Very easy method I am discussing. 5 we can write it as 50 by 10. Any problem if you are writing 5 as 50 by 10? No problem, 50 by 10 is 5. And the same denominator we are using for representing 7 also. We used here the denominator as 10. So, here also we can use the same denominator. So, 70 by 10. 50 by 10 and 70 by 10 are 5 and 7. Correct now? Yes. In between 50 by 10 and 70 by 10, how many numbers are there? That you know. Because see, in the number line you will mark 50 by 10 as 5 and 70 by 10 as 7. So what will be the next number? 51 by 10. Second number, 52 by 10. Third number, 53 by 10. Fourth number, 54 by 10. In middle value will come 60 by 10. Middle value. Like this it will extend, and the middle value we will get 60 by 10. Because 50 by 10, 60 by 10, 70 by 10, like this it is going. So in between 50 and 70, 51 by 10, 52 by 10, 53 by 10, like this it is going. So they asked us to represent 6 numbers only. You have how many numbers? 51 by 10 in between 5 and 7. 52 by 10 is in between 5 and 7. 53 by 10 is in between 5 and 7, etc. Up to 69 by 10 is in between 5 and 7. How many numbers are there? We need only 6 numbers. So from here any 6 numbers you write. 53 by 10 I wrote. 62 by 10 I wrote. 63 by 10 I wrote. 1, 2, 3. 55 by 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 more is required. 67 by 10. 59 by 10. We need only 6 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers we inserted. Nice now like this question. Then next question. In between -1 and -3 or -2 we can take. -2. You need to insert few numbers. Same method we will follow. -1 we can write as -10 by 10. This is not compulsory to use 10 itself. For easiness I used 10 as the denominator. You can write -1 as -7 by 7. Then the same denominator you should use here also. Means denominator 7. So we should write -14. Then only we will get -7 by 7 as -1 and -14 by 7 as -2. Then we need 3 numbers in between these 2 numbers, -1 and 2. 3 numbers we need. So -7 by 7. See, like, where will be -7 by 7? This is -7 by 7. This is -14 by 7. So here -8 by 7. Here -9 by 7. Like this it is going. So the numbers -8 by 7, -9 by 7, -10 by 7, -11 by 7, -12 by 7, -13 by 7. How many numbers we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers we got. We need only 3 numbers. Got it? Then one more question. You have to see your textbook, read your textbook, do example questions which is given in the textbook, that is explained already in the textbook. No need to follow the same method, which is easy for you. Means this one we discussed in a very easy method, means by 10 we used. Or from the textbook another method is explained. Not another method actually, same method in different way it is explained. Which is easy for you, you do that one. And do complete the first exercise also. Another question. In between 5 and, or another 5 itself, 5 and 6, we need to insert 7 numbers. We need to insert 7 numbers, or find out any 7 numbers between 5 and 6. There will be infinite numbers between 5 and 6. We need only 7 numbers. Suppose I wrote 5 as 10 by 2. So we need here 2. So we will get a 12 by 2. 10 by 2 is 5. 12 by 2 is 6. In between 10 by 2 and 12 by 2, how many numbers you are getting? Only one number, 11 by 2. Correct, no? We are getting only one number. We need 7 numbers. Why we didn't get like this? 7 numbers, only one number we got. What is the problem? Because we took the denominator as very small, 2. That's why we got only one number. Suppose we are making the denominator as 3. Will it be sufficient? We can look. Will it be sufficient? So 3 means denominator 3. We need to get 5. So 15 by 3 is 5. Here also denominator should be 3. We can write 18 by 3 as 6. Correct, no? 15 by 3 is 5. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 18 divided by 3 is 6. So we got 5 as 5 is equal to 15 by 3 and 6 is equal to 18 by 3. So in between 5 and 6 means in between 15 by 3 and 18 by 3. How many numbers we can write? 16 by 3, 17 by 3. Only 2 numbers we are getting. We need 7 numbers. What is the problem? Same problem. We made the denominator as very small. Just 1 only we increased than 2. So what we can do to get 7 numbers in the starting itself? We can take the big denominator. Suppose you are making the denominator as 100. Here it should write 500. 500 by 100 is 5. Denominator you make it as 100. So it will come 600. So we are getting 500 by 100 as 5 and 600 by 100 as 6. Then how many numbers? 501 by 100, 501 by 100, comma 502 by 100, then 503 by 100. Like this up to 599 by 100 we are getting. Out of these many numbers, 99 numbers we are getting. So out of these many numbers you can select any 7. So easy, no? Very easy. To find the numbers between any 2 natural numbers. Insert rational numbers between any 2 natural numbers. So we completed about rational numbers. In the collection of real numbers, this is the back real number. We put natural numbers. Then we inserted all numbers. Means 1 0 is inserting, we are getting all numbers. Then we inserted Z. Integers we inserted in the left side of number line. And we inserted a rational number. But a real number bag is not full. Some more type of numbers are there. They are calling irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Rational, its opposite is irrational. What are rational? The numbers can be written in the form P by Q. So what will be irrational? The numbers which we cannot written in the form, which we can't write in the form, P by Q, we are calling it as irrational numbers. One example, root 2, root of 2. Can you write root 2 is equal to an integer by integer form? Not possible. Root 2 we cannot written in the form P by Q. Integer by integer will not be there. So, root 2 is a irrational number. Same way, root 3. Some of you are thinking, why can't we write root 3 as root 3 by 1? Can we write like this? We can't write like this because root 3 is not an integer. Integer by integer form only possible. Now if you are writing root 3 equal to root 3 by 1, this is correct. Root 3 equal to root 3 by 1 is okay. But is it in the form p by q? Means integer by integer form? P by q form, the one number divided by another number form. But not in the form integer by integer. Root 3 is not an integer. So integer by integer form is not getting. So this is not possible. Correct now? We can write like this. This is okay. Root 3 equal to root 3 by 1 is okay. But not integer by integer form. Integer by integer form. That's why it's not a rational number. So we are calling such type of numbers are irrational numbers. Got it? How this irrational number introduced? How it came? What will be the situation? Natural numbers we used for counting. We need the situation counting. 0 we need to show nothing. And negative numbers we need to show less amount. Less. And fractions it came because we need to represent the number part of a whole. So those all numbers came because of some situation happened. What will be the situation? This root 2, root 3, those type of numbers? Yes. 1 square if you are considering. With a 1 unit length. Draw its diagonal. Since it is a square, this is 90 degree. P, Q, R, S is the square. While drawing the diagonal, you are getting 2 triangles. Consider the triangle PQR. I am drawing PQR separately. This is P, this is Q, this is R. Just turn like this. This one I took to here. PQR. Right angle triangle because it's a square, one angle is 90, all angles are 90 degrees. So this angle is 90 degree. This is 1, this is 1. You studied Pythagoras property. What is Pythagoras property? In a right angle triangle, the hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of other 2 sides. So how can we write PR square? QP square plus QR square. Hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of other 2 sides. So PR square is equal to QP is 1 square plus QR is 1 square. So we are getting PR square is equal to 1 plus 1 square is 1. 1 plus 1, 2. So we are getting PR is equal to root 2. That's why we got the one length, we got it as root 2. This line segment's length is root 2. That time only the mathematicians thought about new type of numbers. They are called irrational numbers. I didn't write. Irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. Okay. That irrational numbers also we inserted to here. We can write it as Q minus for irrational numbers. Means Q is for rational numbers, not rational number, we are calling it as irrational numbers. These all collection we are calling it as real numbers. Real numbers. So real number means the collection of a rational number plus irrational number. we are getting a big collection of numbers. On the number line itself, these are all numbers. See, this is a length of line segment. So we are getting a length. Root 2 is having a fixed length. So from 0, 1 means from 0, 1 unit length. Root 2 means from 0, root 2 unit length. Root 2 unit. This is root 2 unit length. I marked after 1 because root 1 is 1. So root 2 will be after 1. Root 3 also will be here, in between here. Root 4, what is root 4? Root 4 is 2. So root 2, root 3 are in between 1 and 2. How we are thinking like that one? 0, then 1. 1 means root 1. Root 1 is 1. Then root 2. Root 2 means more than root 1. So root 2 is after 1. Root 3. Root 3 is more than root 2. So after root 2, root 3 we can mark. Then root 4. Root 4 is our 2. So we are getting root 2 and root 3 in between 1 and 2. These type of numbers are calling irrational numbers. Got it? Irrational numbers. So now we have a big bag with a rational number, irrational number. In the set of rational number, they already included natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and full rational numbers. Means kapaka fractions. Got it? Then one more question I will discuss. After that we can stop the class. So for that you need to take your compass and scale. We are going to mark root 2, root 3, root 5, root 7, those type of numbers. And see, in a circle, we studied the circle circumference is equal to 2 pi r. How we got this pi? Pi we got. Pi means what? Circumference of the circle means this perimeter of the circle, circumference of the circle divided by 2r. We are getting a number pi. And this number pi also we cannot written in the form p by q. Approximately only we are writing it as pi equal to 22 by 7. Approximate, not exactly equal, approximate value. See, when we are dividing this number, we are getting this as 3.1423 etc. It's going continuously. Means no end. That and all we will discuss later. Now use just to see pi is an example for irrational number. In the same chapter itself we will discuss the decimal expansion. So now I am not going to that area. Decimal expansion is coming a separate topic in our lesson. How to draw root 2 on the number line? For that you draw a number line with your scale. Mark 0, 1, 2, etc. to mark root 2 on the number line. We already discussed root 2 will be after 1. Isn't it? So we know it will be here. Then this is 1 unit. How we got this root 2? 1 unit length, 1 unit height and the right angle triangle is formed and this length we are getting it as root 2. So be ready with your compass and 0 to 1, 1 unit, this is 1 unit. And by using your set square, you draw a perpendicular line from 1. Or with the compass you can draw a perpendicular line that I will show you. No need of compass direct, you can use set square also, no problem. Okay, I am going to draw perpendicular line. Very important it is because in construction chapter you need to know it. At 1, draw an arc. Drawing one arc at 1. Then, means which measure you took, the same measure. Keep here your compass and mark here one line. one arc. And draw at this point, draw the second arc. At this point, draw the second arc. And then you are changing also, no problem, no need to change. If you are changing also, no problem. Keep here, means at where you draw the first arc, that is our 60 degree. This is our 120 degree actually. And 60 degree at here, draw one arc. And at 120, draw one arc. Then join that to the starting point, means from here we started. This will be perpendicular line to the real number line. Then take 1 unit length from your scale, 1 unit length. Take 1 unit. This much length will be here also. Like that you can draw. Means with your compass, measure this 1 unit and the same 1 unit you mark here. So it will come here. This is the perpendicular line with the 1 unit length. Then join here, means complete the right angle triangle. This is 1 unit, this is 1 unit. So we know this will be root 2 unit. Hypotenuse, finding hypotenuse, root 2 unit. So we got the length of root 2. So from 0, measure the length of root 2 with your compass. This is root 2's measure. Root 2. That root 2's length, you just drop it on the number line. This root 2's length you are measuring with your compass and plot. This length is root 2's length from 0. So from 0 to root 2 we took and mark here. This is the length root 2. This length is root 2. So we marked root 2's position is here. We marked root 2 on the number line. Got it? Then how can we mark root 3 on the number line? Now we completed root 2 on the number line. Then how can we mark root 3 on the number line? For getting root 3, which triangle we need to consider? A triangle with the root 2 length and with the 1 unit. What will be the hypotenuse? It's a square, root 2 square plus 1 square. Its square root will be the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse. Square root of this square plus this square. So we are getting it as root of root 2 square is 2 plus 1 square is 1. So we are getting it as root 3. So hypotenuse is root 3. So what we need to do to get to root 3? We need to consider a right angle triangle with the root 2 length. So this is root 2 length. And from here you are drawing 1 unit height, root 2 length and 1 unit height. And drawing this one, hypotenuse, you are getting this length is root 3. Then we can take this root 3 length and mark it on the number line. This is root 3 on the number line. So we got this is root 3. Okay. Then how we will draw root 4? Root 4 is 2. How we will draw root 5? To get to root 5, take 2 length and 1 unit. You will get this is root of 2 square plus 1 square. That is root of 4 plus 1. That is root 5. Correct now? How we will get to root 6? Root 5 length plus 1 unit. That triangle's hypotenuse will be root 6. How we will get to root 7? Root 6 length plus 1 unit height. We will get to root 7. Got it? So now you are able to complete second exercise also. So do it and complete the exercise. Okay, thank you.